What's up guys, it's Hubs, and this is gonna be Lucana, or Lucana, however you say her name, level 6 with a mono water team. At least we hope so. Bringing in Lucina for that earth elemental buff. We've got Zephyro's Raid in here as my friend for Spark and Ignore Defense. And then my own Cygnus is for attack buff. Who else did I bring? I'm just gonna wait until this thing loads. Okay, Reese for just damage, Raquel for damage, and Maru Death for tons of damage. So, the question here is, can you finish Lucina with a mono water team? Basically, no Maxwell, no damage mitigation. It's a big question out there, and we want to see if it's possible. I mean, these are basically the strongest water units in the game right now. And they're all using are they using Amano Hakabins? I believe they're all using Amano Hakabins, and then my friend's Raiden is using a Sacred Jewel. I think that's what it was. So, let's see. In all honesty, when I ran this, I thought there was little chance to no chance. So we're going to see what happens. So I'm farming up the maze slowly so I can get full BB on everyone. And then I got scared because they actually do a lot of damage if you're using mono water. So I had to just drop 2 as quick as possible. And then drop the last one. My Lucina is the only one without SBB. So I'll have to pop a fusion pod on her next turn. So here we go with Amano Hakabins and a full water team. So Mario Death for crit, Lucina for earth elemental buff, Cygnus for attack, Raiden for ignore defense, and Spark. So activate them in the best order I could possibly do, and close Spindle Cigar. So Lucana's about 20% HP, and then she proceeds to one-shot all of my units. So I can't even use a revive because everyone just died in one shot. So the answer is no. Myth busted. You cannot beat Lucana with a mono water team. Yes. So but looking at the damage there, I can safely say you could probably one-shot Lucana with, or no, not one-shot. It's still gonna have to be a two-shot because, so even though it was a mono water team, Lucina gives an earth elemental buff, so I was still doing elemental advantage bonus. I had a crit buff, I had ignore defense, spark buff, and attack buff. So basically, any team would, without Maxwell, would basically, in the best scenario, two-shot her. So the first hit would bring her about like 20, maybe 10 to 30% HP, somewhere in that range. And then you need one more turn to finish her off. And I believe with any other team, just not mono water, it would be a two-shot. Because my mono water team got wiped out in one turn. So what would happen is even if I didn't bring her down to 50% or lower than 50%, my second turn I would just kill her anyways. Because I would just pop fusion potions on everyone and then just kill her. So I tried again. This time, I didn't have another water friend, so I brought in Elza because I wanted the spark buff still. And then I swapped out my Reese, which was not giving me any real buffs, for an Ulu for the damage mitigation. So here I was, I wanted to finish Raiden but not waste any BBs. That was the game plan. That was the goal. And so I put a water ore on so I could try to finish him off in this turn. Didn't happen. He dropped 2 of my guys. And I was just like, nope. Not doing this. Yeah, I know I had 2 revives. I could have finished him, proceeded. But at this point, I was like, it wasn't going to work. Even with damage mitigation, there was no way it was going to work. I wouldn't have, because everyone's using a Mano Hakabin or Mano Habakin. And I had a Ulu and I lost an attacker. It would have at minimum been 3 turns to kill, but that's still being hopeful because I had these fusion potions on my Ulu, and I didn't have another Raiden friend, which gave 65% boost to water damage, so I knew it wasn't gonna happen. There's no way. And especially if I had wasted my 2 revives on that turn. Because even with damage mitigation, so when I ran Reed, or was it Reed? Or I ran something that was strong against fire units. When I ran Reen, Rhein, that guy, I brought a Dia in my party. And even with damage mitigation, she got one shot still. So I'm very confident that even with Lulu's damage mitigation buff, I probably still would have got one shot. So like, I saw the problem there, and I was like, okay, it's not gonna happen. And whenever I get to the third run and I don't see it happening, I also ran out of friends. All my friends were like pretty much running Maxwell or something else, so um, I was like, okay, we're just gonna bring Maxwell. We're gonna one shot him. So yeah, I think what will happen in the next time I try this. So I guess, is it the light guy or the dark guy coming out tomorrow? Or actually, in my time, it's about 4 hours from now. Um, that one is kind of weird because light and dark are strong against each other. I'll use a random team. We'll see what happens. But I mean, worst scenario, you guys will see me fail, and then Maxwell will finish the job. But that's it, and I'll see you guys next time.